Cry It Out Loud is not about me or my baby who died, my own birth trauma, or my daughter's life. This is the first podcast that is about living and what life is like after our losses, what we can expect to armor ourselves with when we return to routine daily life after we've been through birth traumas, fertility, pregnancy, and baby losses. It's about all different survivors coming together to discuss different perspectives on life and lived experiences so we can go out there and face the world, face society, and feel more confident when we are approached or different things do happen. And it's about helping uniting and all of us fellow survivors together. You know, we are uncovering heart-shattering, gut-wrenching stories that are being first told from those very first seconds, minutes, hours, immediately after survivors' losses to what life is like now, what they experienced along the way, so that we are armoring ourselves in different components of life and close relationships, families, friend circles that we did not see coming. These traumatic events are happening all the time and are already so unexpected and horrific that we don't want you to feel any more of that isolation, alone, vulnerability when you're going back out to society. And these things are not okay to face alone. And that is what we are trying to do here by breaking the silence and bridging that holistic connection. As part of the healing process for our listeners, we will be featuring a monthly maternal fetal medicine Doctor Ask Me Anything segment. This is where our listeners can write in about their losses, about different traumatic birth experiences, to give them some peace of mind and some closure behind their losses. Because when we're in the thick of it and when we're going through that chaotic experience, we aren't thinking clearly. We don't know what to ask. We don't know where to go from here. So that is what we are trying to do. We will talk about medical complications for anything from endometriosis, uterine rupture, PCOS, ectopic pregnancies, medical complications, you name it. Multiples, things that you wish you would have asked about your loss for closure. So we are bringing a discussion around birth trauma, putting a voice behind maternal fetal health, traumatic losses, and we are giving this to our listeners. Also, we will be doing a monthly A Guy's Perspective because everyone is so different grieving. We want to make sure that we are helping the male grievers. So as we walk through this life together, we want to make sure that you don't feel like that isolated, alone, feeling like we all have felt at one point or another. We were describing it the other day as being a person in a crowded room in the middle, sitting in a chair, of course, naked, don't ask me why, completely in a white room with hundreds of people circling around us, staring at us as we are screaming at the top of our lungs and asking for help and begging, pleading with everyone, but we aren't knowing what to ask for. And everybody is just kind of shaking their head, looking at us, nodding in a compassionate way. But it's because none of us know what we need or how we need it during that time, and nor are we equipped to know what to ask for. So that is what we are trying to do here. Grief doesn't go away to fit into our convenient life schedules during a cry session if we schedule it. It is around having the support when we are seeking comfort. Chasing the Rainbows is also offering daily peer-to-peer free virtual support groups for those living along these journeys, individual mentorships, warm handoff referrals for professional services, and this podcast is an extension of that. This is offering support in a way that we can help other survivors with other aspects of living. So with that said, we are always with you, fertility, pregnancy, and baby loss survivors. Please tune in weekly as we do talk about our first episode next week.